Is there a single moment that can change a nation? Is it possible for one man's empathy to ignite a continent? Imagine a field of withered crops, the sun beating down mercilessly, a farmer's face etched with despair. This is where our story begins, not with grand pronouncements or political maneuvering, but with a single tear, a tear that mirrored the drought in his heart and in his land. Ibrahim Traoré, a name synonymous with hope across Africa, stood beside that farmer. He didn't offer empty promises. He didn't deliver a prepared speech. He simply listened. He saw the reflection of his own people's struggles in that man's eyes, the weight of generations of hardship, the quiet desperation of a community on the brink. That moment, that connection, was the spark. It ignited a fire in Ibrahim's soul, a fire that would spread like wildfire across Burkina Faso and beyond, transforming lives and inspiring a continent. He understood that leadership wasn't about power, it was about service. It wasn't about grand strategies, it was about understanding the needs of the people, feeling their pain, and offering a hand, a plan, a future. Ibrahim wasn't born into privilege. He didn't inherit a legacy of power. He rose from the ranks, a man of the people, forged in the crucible of everyday struggles. This is why he understood the farmer's despair so profoundly, because he had lived it himself. He saw the potential, the untapped resilience, the unwavering spirit of the African people. He knew that they didn't need handouts. They needed opportunities. They didn't need pity. They needed empowerment. And so he began to build, not with bricks and mortar, but with trust and collaboration. He rallied communities, he fostered innovation, he championed education. He understood that the true wealth of a nation lies not in its resources, but in its people. He traveled to remote villages, he listened to the voices of the marginalized, he empowered women, he supported young entrepreneurs. He created a movement, a groundswell of hope, that swept across the land. Farmers who had once struggled to feed their families were now thriving, their fields bursting with life. Children who had never seen the inside of a classroom were now eagerly learning, their minds hungry for knowledge. Communities that had once been divided were now united, working together to build a better future. Ibrahim's leadership wasn't about imposing his will, it was about inspiring others to believe in themselves. He empowered people to take ownership of their lives, to become agents of change in their own communities. He understood that true transformation comes from within, that it requires a shift in mindset, a belief in the power of collective action. He fostered a culture of innovation, encouraging people to find creative solutions to their challenges. He championed sustainable agriculture, promoting practices that protect the environment and ensure food security for future generations. He invested in education, providing access to quality learning opportunities for all. He empowered women, recognizing their vital role in building strong and resilient communities. He supported young entrepreneurs, providing them with the resources and mentorship they needed to succeed. His vision extended beyond the borders of Burkina Faso. He saw a united and prosperous Africa, a continent where all people have the opportunity to reach their full potential. He believed in the power of collaboration, working with other African leaders to address common challenges. He inspired a new generation of leaders, men and women who are committed to serving their people and building a better future for Africa. He showed them that true leadership is not about power, it is about service, about empathy, about compassion. One day, a young woman approached Ibrahim, her eyes shining with gratitude. "Before you came," she said, "we had no hope. We felt forgotten, abandoned. But you showed us that we matter, that our voices are heard, that we have the power to change our lives." Her words were a testament to the transformative impact of Ibrahim's leadership. He had not only improved the lives of countless individuals, he had also restored their faith in humanity. He understood the power of storytelling. He used his own experiences to connect with people on an emotional level. He shared stories of hope, of resilience, of triumph over adversity. He inspired people to believe in themselves, to overcome their fears, to pursue their dreams. He showed them that anything is possible if they are willing to work hard and never give up. He was a beacon of hope in a world often filled with darkness, a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, there is always reason to believe in a better future. His leadership was characterized by humility. He never sought personal recognition or aggrandizement. He always put the needs of his people first, even when it meant making difficult sacrifices. He was a man of integrity. His words and actions were always aligned. He was honest, transparent, and accountable. He earned the trust and respect of his people, not through force or coercion, but through genuine care and concern. He understood the importance of building strong institutions. He worked tirelessly to strengthen governance, promote the rule of law, and combat corruption. He believed that a strong and just society is essential for sustainable development. He championed human rights. He defended the rights of the marginalized, and he fought against all forms of discrimination. He believed that all people are created equal and that they deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. He was a peacemaker. He worked to resolve conflicts peacefully, and he promoted reconciliation between communities. He believed that peace is essential for progress and that it is worth fighting for. He was a visionary. He saw a future for Africa that was prosperous, united, and free. He inspired others to share his vision, and he worked tirelessly to make it a reality. He was a leader who led by example. He lived his values, and he inspired others to do the same. He was a role model for young people, showing them that they can make a difference in the world. He was a man of the people. He never forgot where he came from, and he always remained connected to the communities he served. He was accessible, approachable, and always willing to listen. He was a leader who truly cared. He felt the pain of his people, and he was deeply committed to their well-being. He was not just a politician. He was a humanitarian, a social reformer, and a champion of the poor. His legacy will endure for generations to come. He will be remembered as a leader who transformed lives, inspired hope, and built a better future for Africa. And it all started with a tear shed by a farmer in despair, a tear that was seen, felt, and transformed into a movement of hope. By Ibrahim Traoré. He understood that true leadership isn't about grand pronouncements or political maneuvering. It's about empathy, about connecting with people on a human level, about understanding their struggles and offering a helping hand. He saw the potential in every individual. He believed in the power of collective action, and he inspired others to believe in themselves. He showed the world that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, there is always reason to hope. His story is a testament to the transformative power of compassion, a reminder that one person can make a difference and that together we can build a better future for all. Imagine villages transformed, children laughing, fields overflowing with abundance, all because one man chose to listen, to care, to act. This is the legacy of Ibrahim Traoré, a legacy of hope, a legacy of transformation, a legacy that will continue to inspire generations to come. He understood that education is the key to unlocking potential. He invested in schools, libraries, and vocational training programs. He believed that every child deserves the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to reach their full potential. He championed innovation. He encouraged people to find creative solutions to their challenges. He supported entrepreneurs, providing them with the resources and mentorship they needed to succeed. He promoted sustainable agriculture, He encouraged farmers to adopt practices that protect the environment and ensure food security for future generations. He understood that a healthy environment is essential for a healthy economy. He empowered women. He recognized their vital role in building strong and resilient communities. He supported women's education, women's health, and women's economic empowerment. He promoted good governance. He worked to strengthen democratic institutions, promote the rule of law, and combat corruption. He believed that a strong and just society is essential for sustainable development. He championed human rights. He defended the rights of the marginalized, and he fought against all forms of discrimination. He believed that all people are created equal, and that they deserve to be treated with dignity and respect. He promoted peace and reconciliation. He worked to resolve conflicts peacefully, and he fostered understanding and cooperation between communities. He believed that peace is essential for progress, and that it is worth fighting for. He was a visionary leader. He saw a future for Africa that was prosperous, united, and free. He inspired others to share his vision, and he worked tirelessly to make it a reality. He was a man of the people. He never forgot where he came from, and he always remained connected to the communities he served. He was accessible, approachable, and always willing to listen. He was a leader who truly cared. He felt the pain of his people, and he was deeply committed to their well-being. He was not just a politician. He was a humanitarian, a social reformer, and a champion of the poor. His legacy will endure for generations to come. He will be remembered as a leader who transformed lives, inspired hope, and built a better future for Africa. Think about the ripple effect of that single act of empathy. The countless lives touched, the communities transformed, the continent inspired. That is the power of leadership rooted in compassion. He understood that true progress is not measured in economic indicators or political achievements, but in the well-being of the people, in their access to education, healthcare, and opportunity. He prioritized the needs of the most vulnerable. He ensured that the poor, the marginalized, and the forgotten were not left behind. He believed that a society is only as strong as its weakest link. He challenged the status quo. He dared to question conventional wisdom, and he refused to accept mediocrity. He inspired others to do the same, to break free from the shackles of the past, and to embrace a future of limitless possibilities. He was a catalyst for change. He ignited a spark of hope in the hearts of millions, and he empowered them to create a better world for themselves and for future generations. He understood that true leadership is not about holding power, it is about empowering others. He shared his knowledge, his resources, and his influence with those who needed it most. He was a mentor, a guide, and a friend to countless individuals. He inspired them to believe in themselves, to pursue their dreams, and to make a difference in the world. He was a bridge builder. He brought people together from different backgrounds, different cultures, and different perspectives. He fostered understanding, cooperation, and mutual respect. He was a peacemaker. He worked tirelessly to resolve conflicts peacefully, and he promoted reconciliation between communities. He believed that peace is essential for progress, and that it is worth fighting for. He was a visionary. He saw a future for Africa that was prosperous, united, and free. He inspired others to share his vision, and he worked tirelessly to make it a reality. He was a man of the people. He never forgot where he came from, and he always remained connected to the communities he served. He was accessible, approachable, and always willing to listen. He was a leader who truly cared. He felt the pain of his people, and he was deeply committed to their well-being. He was not just a politician, he was a humanitarian, a social reformer, and a champion of the poor. His legacy will endure for generations to come. He will be remembered as a leader who transformed lives, inspired hope, and built a better future for Africa. Consider the impact of his unwavering commitment to education, the generations of young Africans who will now have the opportunity to pursue their dreams, to contribute to their communities, and to shape the future of their continent. Think about the countless entrepreneurs who have been empowered to start their own businesses, to create jobs, and to drive economic growth. Imagine the sustainable farms that are now flourishing, providing food security, protecting the environment, and creating a more resilient future for all. Picture the women who have been empowered to take control of their lives, to participate fully in their communities, and to become leaders in their own right. Envision the strong and just societies that are being built, where the rule of law is respected, where human rights are protected, and where all people are treated with dignity and respect. This is the legacy of Ibrahim Traoré, a legacy of hope, a legacy of transformation, a legacy that will continue to inspire generations to come. He understood that true leadership is not about personal gain, it is about serving others. He put the needs of his people first, even when it meant making difficult sacrifices. He was a man of integrity. His words and actions were always aligned. He was honest, transparent, and accountable. He earned the trust and respect of his people, not through force or coercion, but through genuine care and concern. He was a role model for young people, showing them that they can make a difference in the world, that they can overcome adversity, and that they can achieve their dreams. He inspired a new generation of leaders, men and women, who are committed to serving their people, to building a better future for Africa, and to upholding the values of justice, equality, and compassion. He showed them that true leadership is not about power, it is about service, about empathy, about compassion. He taught them that the greatest reward is not personal wealth or recognition, but the satisfaction of knowing that they have made a positive impact on the lives of others. He instilled in them a deep sense of responsibility, a commitment to using their talents and resources to create a more just and equitable world. He empowered them to become agents of change, to challenge the status quo, and to build a future where all people have the opportunity to reach their full potential. His legacy will live on through them, through their actions, through their words, and through their unwavering commitment to building a better world. And it all started with a tear shed by a farmer in despair, a tear that was seen, felt, and transformed into a movement of hope by Ibrahim Traoré. He proved that one person can make a difference, that compassion can change the world, and that true leadership is about serving others. So, what can we learn from the story of Ibrahim Traoré? What can we take away from his example? Perhaps it is that we all have the power to make a difference, that we all have the capacity for compassion, and that we all have a responsibility to use our talents and resources to build a better world. Perhaps it is that true leadership is not about holding power, it is about empowering others. It is about listening to the voices of the marginalized, about standing up for justice, and about fighting for a more equitable world. Perhaps it is that hope is always possible, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges, that even the smallest act of kindness can have a profound impact, and that together we can create a future where all people have the opportunity to thrive. Ibrahim Traoré's story is not just a story about Africa, it is a story about humanity. It is a story about the power of compassion, the importance of leadership, and the enduring hope for a better world. His legacy is a challenge to us all, to be better, to do better, and to create a world where all people have the opportunity to live lives of dignity, purpose, and fulfillment. He showed us that true greatness lies not in wealth or power, but in service to others. He inspired us to believe in the power of hope, even in the darkest of times. He reminded us that we are all connected and that we all have a responsibility to care for one another. His story is a beacon of light, guiding us towards a future where compassion, justice, and equality prevail. And it all started with a tear that changed everything. What will your tear inspire? What change will you champion? The legacy of Ibrahim Traoré calls us to action, to find our own fields of despair, and to cultivate them into gardens of hope. The image of a single tear, tracing a path down a weathered cheek, holds a power that transcends language and culture. It speaks of hardship endured, dreams deferred, and a vulnerability that connects us all. It is a symbol of the human condition, a silent plea for understanding and change. And sometimes, just sometimes, that single tear can become the catalyst for something truly extraordinary. Imagine a leader, not one cloistered in an ivory tower, detached from the realities of everyday life, but one who walks among the people, who sees their struggles firsthand, and who feels their pain as their own. This leader is not driven by ambition or ego, but by a genuine desire to serve, to uplift, and to create a better future for all. When such a leader witnesses the desperation etched on the face of someone they are sworn to protect, something profound shifts within them. The weight of responsibility settles heavy on their shoulders, and the urgency to act becomes an all-consuming fire. The response of such a leader is not calculated or strategic. It is not a carefully crafted soundbite, designed to garner public approval. It is something far more authentic, far more powerful. It is a visceral reaction, born of empathy and compassion. It is a promise, spoken from the heart, to do everything within their power to alleviate the suffering they have witnessed. And in that moment, something magical happens. The tear, once a symbol of despair, is transformed into a beacon of hope. The leader's response resonates deeply with the people, igniting a spark of belief that had long been dormant. They see in this leader a reflection of their own humanity, a validation of their struggles, and a promise of a brighter tomorrow. This is not merely a story of one person's pain and another's compassion. It is a story about the power of human connection, the transformative potential of empathy, and the ripple effect that can occur when someone dares to care deeply. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can emerge from the most unexpected places. The challenges facing communities are often complex and multifaceted. Poverty, inequality, lack of access to resources, and systemic injustices can create a web of despair that seems impossible to untangle. But the story reminds us that even the most daunting problems can be overcome with a combination of vision, determination, and a genuine commitment to serving the needs of the people. It is not enough to simply acknowledge the existence of these problems. We must be willing to confront them head-on, to challenge the status quo, and to advocate for policies that promote fairness, equity, and opportunity for all. This requires courage, resilience, and a willingness to take risks. It also requires a deep understanding of the root causes of these problems and a commitment to finding sustainable solutions. The leader's response is not a quick fix or a band-aid solution. It is a long-term commitment to creating lasting change. It is about empowering communities to take control of their own destinies, providing them with the resources and support they need to build a better future for themselves and their children. This requires a shift in mindset, from a top-down approach to a bottom-up approach. It means listening to the voices of the people, understanding their needs and aspirations, and working in partnership with them to develop solutions that are tailored to their specific circumstances. The story is a reminder that leadership is not about power or authority. It is about service, empathy, and the ability to inspire others to believe in a better future. It is about creating a vision that resonates with the hearts and minds of the people, and then working tirelessly to bring that vision to life. It is also a reminder that change is not always easy. There will be obstacles and setbacks along the way. There will be those who resist change, who cling to the old ways, and who try to undermine the efforts. But the leader must remain steadfast in their commitment, unwavering in their belief, and resilient in the face of adversity. The story is not just about the leader's actions, it is also about the response of the people. It is about their willingness to embrace change, to work together, and to support the leader's vision. Without the support of the people, even the most well-intentioned efforts are doomed to fail. This requires a culture of trust, transparency, and accountability. The people must believe that their voices are being heard, that their concerns are being addressed, and that their leaders are acting in their best interests. The story is a reminder that the power to change the world lies within each and every one of us. We all have the ability to make a difference, no matter how small. Whether it is by volunteering our time, donating to a worthy cause, or simply speaking out against injustice, we can all contribute to creating a more just and equitable world. It is not enough to simply wait for leaders to emerge and solve our problems. We must all take responsibility for creating the kind of world we want to live in. This requires a commitment to lifelong learning, critical thinking, and active citizenship. The story is a reminder that the journey towards a better future is a continuous one. There will always be challenges to overcome, problems to solve, and injustices to fight. But as long as we remain committed to the values of empathy, compassion, and service, we can continue to make progress towards a more just and equitable world for all. The single tear that started it all serves as a potent symbol. It represents not just sorrow, but also the immense potential for transformation that resides within the human heart. It is a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming adversity, hope can endure, and that even the smallest act of kindness can have a profound impact on the world. So let us all strive to be the kind of leaders who are moved by the tears of others, who are willing to listen to their stories, and who are committed to creating a world where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. Let us all strive to be the kind of people who are willing to stand up for what is right, who are willing to challenge injustice, and who are willing to work together to build a better future for all. Let the memory of that tear inspire us to action, to empathy, and to unwavering hope. The world needs it now more than ever.